or not. In a notification yesterday, government said it has directed all mobile phone makers to ensure mobile phones being sold have Sanchar Saathi app pre-installed. The question is why? Government says the idea is to protect citizens from fake handsets, as there has been a rise in telecom-related cyber threats. Government has given 90 days to handset manufacturers like Apple, Samsung, Vivo, etc. to ensure the app is installed in all the phones. They've been asked to submit a compliance report within 120 days. Now, viewers, this move by the government has led the opposition to target the government. In fact, opposition has termed it a dystopian tool to monitor every Indian. Congress party says right to privacy is an intrinsic part of the fundamental right to life and liberty, and this move by the government is beyond unconstitutional. Congress says Big Brother can't watch us. The party has now demanded an immediate rollback. Listen in to these reactions.
I mean, clearly, it's ridiculous. Now, where else do they want to, I mean, citizens have their right to privacy. Even all of you must be having a right to privacy to send your own messages to family, friends, without the government looking at everything. It's not just one thing. It's not just snooping on the telephones. It's overall. They are turning this country into a dictatorship in every form. You ask me every day why Parliament is not functioning. It's not functioning because they're refusing to talk about anything.
I think this is total invasion of privacy and wanting to snoop into what we do with our phones, how we engage with people, what are the things that we are viewing, meeting, seeing, talking, everything. Under the garb of national security, we've seen the interference of the government. Now, under the garb of protection of a mobile phone and knowing in whose hand it is and in case it gets stolen, to track it, means you're tracking just every single thing on that phone. And saying that it has to be a permanent feature which cannot be deleted is extremely shameful.
Sanchar Saathi is yet another instance where the privacy of every Indian is being compromised. It's not just that app is installed. That app cannot be, once installed, it cannot be removed. So this shows that the government wants to keep a magnifying lens to every individual's life and privacy. This is clear violation of Article 21 of the right to privacy enshrined in the Constitution, as well as the Supreme Court dictums laid by Supreme Court in various cases.
Now, viewers, amidst this entire controversy, Telecom Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia clarified that if the user doesn't want the app, that app can be deleted. He said it is optional. Listen in.
कॉल मॉनिटरिंग है, अगर आप चाहते हो तो इसको आप एक्टिवेट करो, अगर आप नहीं चाहते तो इसे एक्टिवेट मत करो। सुनिए ना, अगर आप इसको अपने फोन पे रखना चाहते हो तो रखो, अगर आप इसको डिलीट करना चाहते हो तो डिलीट करो। जिस तरीके से, उदाहरण के तौर पे, आपके फोन पे जब आप फोन खरीदते हो तो उस पे कई ऐप्स आ जाती हैं, जैसे गूगल मैप्स भी आ जाता है। अब आपको गूगल मैप इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है तो आप डिलीट कर लो, अगर आपको संचार साथी इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है तो डिलीट कर दो। इसका मतलब ये ऑप्शनल है सर, ऑब्वियसली डिलीट कर सकते हो आप, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। तो बात का बतंगड़ एक मिनट, वही तो हर भ्रम को मैं तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। ये कस्टमर प्रोटेक्शन की बात है और हर भ्रम को मैं तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। आपको डिलीट करना है तो आप डिलीट कर दोगे, आप, कोई मैंडेटरी नहीं है। आप अगर रजिस्टर नहीं करना चाहते हो, मतलब कि उदाहरण के तौर पे इस ऐप का उपयोग नहीं करना चाहते हो तो रजिस्टर मत करो, वो डर।
Let's now go across to my colleague Kritika, who is joining us on the broadcast for more on this story. Kritika, despite the clarification, the opposition clearly is not convinced.
Well, yes, we are seeing that despite the clarification which had come in from premises itself, we've seen a lot of leaders and others also continue.
Okay, I think there's some problem with the audio line. We'll try and reconnect with Kritika. Meanwhile, viewers, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor took a balanced view, saying these apps can be useful provided they are voluntary. He said making anything compulsory in democracy is troubling. He said that the government should explain everything to the public. Listen in.
I have not studied the issue in full detail, but common sense tells me that these apps can be useful provided they are voluntary. Everybody who needs them should be able to download them. Making anything compulsory in a democracy is troubling, but I need to look a little more as to what the logic is of the government. In fact, the government should explain all this to the public. Why it is being made compulsory, that the government has to explain.
NDA netas meanwhile defended the move, saying such allegations are wrong. Cybercrime has become a menace, and if opposition has a better solution, then they should give.
हंगामा कर रही है, उनका कहना है that this is Pegasus 2.0. How do you react to that? And they're also saying this is violation of your privacy.
They should tell what better solution is. They should discuss it in Parliament. They should come up with a better solution. But the way things are happening is very unfortunate. The people are being conned by these cyber frauds. It has to be stopped. If opposition has a better solution, they should give it to us.
संचार साथी ऐप पे अगर बात करें तो विपक्ष ने मुद्दा उठाया, कहा ये स्नूपिंग ऐप है और हमारी प्राइवेसी हर्ट होगी, Pegasus 2.0 है ये।
देखिए, सरकार इस पर जवाब देगी, लेकिन मैं इतना जानता हूं कि आजकल जो डिजिटल अरेस्ट और डिजिटल फ्रॉड जो है उस पर जरूर ध्यान देना चाहिए। हम लोगों के पास ही बहुत कमजोर है।
Let's go back to my colleague Kritika, who is back with us on the phone line. Kritika, so clearly there is a war of words that we are witnessing between the government and the opposition on the Sanchar Saathi app and the directive that went from Department of Telecommunication to phone makers. But I was saying, despite the clarification, the opposition is not convinced. Opposition is still calling it dictatorship, how this is like Pegasus 2.0.
Well, of course, in fact, this has proven to be quite the opposition being in the favor of the opposition's agenda itself. As soon as the news of the directives issued to the makers, the handset makers became public, that is when the opposition leaders have picked it up and turned the government into Big Brother, into, in fact, a surveillance model that is being unleashed upon people. Mr. Kharge has called this a dystopian era even. This is the allegation that the opposition is putting up. And they have also said, Jyotiraditya Scindia, the Union Telecommunication Minister, in the Parliament premises today, has clarified that people will be allowed to delete it. There is always going to be that feature wherein they can delete it, and if they wish to not register on it, even that can be skipped. However, the directive, as Sanchar Saathi Row of the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena faction also said that, in fact, the directive notes that none of these features can be meddled with either by the users or, in fact, by the manufacturers. In fact, standpoint that now emerging in the entire.
All right, Kritika, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with your inputs on this story. Let's now move on. Viewers, for months, the Congress party